Hey everybody, this is Haeravon, and this is the 12th episode of the 3G podcast, at which BK Stunt just exclaimed, yes, we are at a frickin' dozen.
It's amazing.
I know, I didn't think we'd have the temerity to stick through it this long. Being the...
It helps that we're playing video games.
That is true, I mean, we'd be playing Dying Light right now anyway, so we might as well babble, do a podcast, and appease the 2 or 3 people that ended up watching each episode. Alright, enough fucking around, let's get to business. This is going to be a Haeravon heavy episode, based on what we were talking about before the stream started. So I will just get to it then, and I will talk, and when I stop talking, the podcast will pretty much be done. With a few exceptions.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
I apologize to everyone hearing that.
Yep,
I know that's like, I mean, you want to like, leave right now just knowing what's to come, but stick with it, you know, it won't be all that bad.
It'll be over soon. You just turn the volume off and watch us play, right? So,
you grit your teeth and it'll be over shortly.
That would be my suggestion. Just, don't indulge the fat fucker who's sitting here babbling. Anyways, fat fucker wants to talk, so if you want to listen, do that. If not, well, then fuck you. Go find something else to do. Right. My computer was a piece of shit. Rebecca tried to turn it on not too long ago, last week, and got nothing. Unlike when the hard drive crashed earlier this year. This is an old fucking computer, by the way. It's pretty much powered by Flintstones technology. I don't know why we still have it, except for the sad fact that its processor is still much better than my laptops. But anyways, tangent land. So she hits the button, it doesn't go to BIOS, doesn't do any of that weird stuff, it's just nothing. So with my limited computer knowledge, I went, okay, there's 3 things that can be wrong with this computer. The motherboard is fucked, and it's so old, and it's a pre-built, so I'm not trying to disentangle these sloppy factory monkey computers to try and fix any of that crap. Or the power supply died, which is very likely because it's like a 6-year-old computer, and those things are like 3 years if you're lucky. Or the power button is just itself broken, which is an all kinds of pain in the ass. I would have to buy a new case or whatever, try to jury rig it back together. So I decided to go for the simplest of the options, and I buy a 700 watt power supply with the thought in mind that it's a big enough power supply that I could work on a mid PC build if I want to, cannibalize
in the future.
Yeah, 700 watts is fine. I was checking the wattage requirements of like the RX 480, and which was going to be the card I bought if I had to build a computer soon, which I'd have to do because I do most of my work on the laptop, but when it comes to media, having a much better processor just makes it go so much faster, and it has a bigger hard drive, and I can just stream it forever, and yeah, so there's no way I'm going into Final Fantasy 15 and Deus Ex without some kind of computer that can do the media better than my laptop. So yeah, bought this power supply, and I should be a lot better at computers than I am. Like, my knowledge of computers, if there's something wrong with the software, like a virus, I mess with Malwarebytes, and I check Task Manager to see if anything nasty is running that has an obvious name, or I will just do a search for everything installed in my computer in the area of time I'm suspicious in. But that's it for software. Hardware, I'm kind of even more inept. But yeah, I self-diagnosed this one, put the power supply in, and got it all working. The thing booted back up, and hey, most likely cause, the cheapest cause, it was the power supply. The desktop is up and running right now, and I kind of feel a little bit proud. I have fixed 2 relatively simple, but still, I fixed 2 hardware failures on my computer this year, and I'm actually starting to think I might be able to build a PC. I mean, it's all fucking
now,
Legos.
when you say...
But
when you say you should be better at computers than you are, you mean for a neckbeard, right?
For a neckbeard uber nerd, I mean, yeah.
One would assume
for someone who has accomplished
this
so little else
would be
in life,
good at computers.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been playing on computers since I was 4 years old. I mean, I was rocking DOS before we even had fucking Windows. I mean, Windows 3.1 was something we upgraded to later.
Yeah. I did that too.
Yeah, I was entering DOS prompts. I remember the first game I played was Pool of Radiance for the PC. This bitch took like 7 fucking hours to stall from floppy disks. And I mean disks that were actually fucking floppy, not those, what, 3.5 inch or whatever they are.
Yeah.
So, you'd think...
Those upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard disks.
Yeah.
I call them hard disks.
I know, and I remember
floppies.
back in the
when
day
people
when...
call those floppies, I'm like, that's not a floppy.
Yeah, I
If
know,
you
I
shake
was like,
it
that's...
and it doesn't, like, bend, it's not a
Yeah.
floppy.
See, I was dumb because, like, I thought a hard disk drive meant that the thing that read the actual floppy disks that weren't floppy. So I just called them hard disks because they weren't fucking floppy. So, but yeah, someone who has that kind of a
that.
yeah, did I? Whatever.
I did.
Oh yeah. Anyways, someone with my kind of gaming pedigree who's been messing with this stuff. You think I would have done more with it? Like, I remember one time in high school. My dad got, like, pissed off at me over some bullshit chore shit, and he picked up my computer and chucked it across the room. My dad's kind of a psychopath. He's a dick. But, I was able to, and it, like, fucked up, bent the casing and shit, and, like, one of the cards wasn't fucking working, and at that point of time, my height of hardware expertise was getting a hammer and banging the case back into shape so I could fit the card back in. So... But yeah, I mean, I was actually hooking shit up to the motherboard today, and I feel more confident about my ability to do expensive Legos when the time comes. So
Expensive Legos, that's a good way to say it.
that's basically what these fucking computers are now. I mean, to be fair, when I was more worried about computers, they were a little more complex and less streamlined. So I had kind of a reason to be worried. But yeah, I've been fixing shit. I've been researching. I've been learning about stuff. It's a slow process, but I might actually be able to build a computer next year. So, yeah. You're going to have to plan yourself a road trip. Come over here. Hang out with the Nate Dog and help me build a PC, right?
Sounds like fun.
I wouldn't go that far. But, sounds like a diversion. I would grant you a diversion.
Bring an air mattress.
Yeah, bring something
Speaking
to
of
sleep on.
diversions, we should totally get on with the story mode.
Yes, let's do that. I was just thinking that.
That is something we should be doing.
What the hell is it
Is
called?
it set to the story?
Story quest, siblings. Okay. Yeah, let's go do that. So yeah, I fixed the computer. I felt good about it. Hooray! I might actually belatedly join the PC building community. One of the big reasons I never built a PC, though, honestly, is because I was too fucking poor. So, and I would just
That's a good reason.
I would just kind of impulse buy computers, and I know it costs more fucking money if you buy them at a store, but I didn't have the money saved up. Like, if I would run my old computers until they just fell apart and died.
Even catching on fire for one of them.
Yeah, for one of them. Yeah. So, oh right, I bought an EVGA. I think it was just a shitty bronze. It cost like $45. It was a cheap 700 watt hard drive. The only complaint I have about it is it came with the absolutely most useless fucking power cord ever. Like, the thing barely even fit in. It was jiggly and loose, you know, no matter what you did. And so I'm using Hey, look, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a power
jiggly and
cord.
loose.
Hey!
There it is.
Dick?
But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend the EVGA 700 watt bronze power supply. If you're looking for something that's very cheap. So far it works. It's quiet as a mouse. I mean, I guess I can't say too much about it yet since I've only had it for about 8 hours, 10 hours, something like that. But,
Yeah, not even 12 hours.
But for now,
Came
my
out
initial
at, like, 11.
my initial impressions are 4 out of 5 stars. I cannot give it 5 stars, given the fact that they shipped that fucking flaccid dildo of a power cord in there. But if you have your own, you know, it's not bad for $50. So, there's my verdict on that so far. Was someone firing a gun?
I will
No.
say that for the purpose of this this story mission, when we were doing one of our side quest filled streams earlier, we did start this mission.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there that this is like 2 scenes into this mission. Basically,
But the scene was super long, so...
yeah, well, it basically you go and meet the what's that girl's name? I can't even remember her name. Jade, and she's like a kickboxing champion or something.
Oh, is
Apparently,
that the story?
that's
I
her
haven't
back.
been paying attention. Okay.
Well, that's why he wanted her in his Coliseum, right? Because she's like an MMA champion or something. So you meet her in a boxcar. She takes you to this school because they're looking for the Antizin because you're an asshole and you destroyed it all, right?
What a dick.
Right? And now you have a conscience, so you know. He regrets doing that, apparently. But Reyes' men are here, and they killed a bunch of people for God knows what reason, because they're dicks. You're a dick, everybody's a dick.
You're a dick, he's a dick,
pussies,
everyone's a dick,
blah, blah,
dick.
blah, blah.
Old McDick,
Yeah,
old hat dick.
South Park's been over this.
Yeah, dick, buddy.
So, I'm not your buddy, guy. Anyways, that's...
I'm not your friend.
You're caught up. You're caught up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break into this school.
Okay. Wonderful. Fantastic. And I want to get a little bit heavy with the bullshit that has been going on, because I actually have a bit of news-ish to talk about. Oh, is there a quote here? Please tell me there's a quote. Right.
Jade, they've got this door sealed off from the inside. You got any alternatives?
Oh, we're breaking in, apparently. Am I not going to get a prompt to go in here? Okay, so there were more shootings that happened. Oh, BK stunt. Got.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
smart.
inside?
No, I'm on the roof.
Oh. I'll try and grapple up here. It's not letting me
Yep.
grab it.
Grapple up one of the exploding back.
Ooh.
Because
So there was a shooting in Munich recently. And I don't want to get into that. That is 4,000 pounds of fucking bullshit, and I do not have anywhere near that kind of a bag. So we are not going to get reaches upon gaming. I'm going to try and stick to gaming here when it comes to stuff like that. So you will not hear my thoughts on Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump unless they say anything about shooting in Germany. Of course, where other fucking place would there be in Munich? Apparently is the fault of fucking video games, and more accurately, Counter-Strike Go, because reasons. But we have a
popular
interior
there.
minister that is, this is on a tweet from Naomi Conrad, who is a German-British journalist. She tweeted, "Interior Minister, it has been a long time since I've taken any classes." It's probably horrible. Probably going to butcher everything. But, Givat videos in Internet field... Whoa. Crazy. Gewollte Herrenlickenden, Spielentwicklung junger Menschen. I understand what some of this says. Spielen habe ein something bad effect on the functioning of younger men. Sagte der Innenminister, dass sei auf diesem Fall so gewissen. Okay, so I butchered the hell out of that. I understood a little bit of it, but the translation is Die Mazière makes violent video games on the internet for acts such as the massacres in Munich responsible. The intolerable degree of violence glorifying games have a detrimental effect on the development of young people, said the Interior Minister. So, have we not covered this to death yet? Just in case we haven't, I just want to say, bullshit.
It
Okay?
is the scapegoat.
Bullshit sideways. Video games are not a new phenomenon. They are not niche. Everyone plays them. You are as likely to find a video game in a 20-year-old male's house as you are to find shoes, and probably a little more likely to find video games than toothpaste.
Yeah, probably.